This is the Bentley Continental Azure GT. The price right now is this, but that can change with the FTA kicking in. And then this will look very, very attractive. Don't get me wrong, this is still attractive. Look at the design silhouette. Now, the luxury is when you step inside. And the moment you get inside, you are actually greeted by a very, very premium upholstery. You know, this is all chrome which is painted, and the feel is very, very nice. It's very, very premium. Even the screen is hidden. Bentley somehow doesn't want you to see the screen unless you want to, which is when you start the thing. But before that, look at this dashboard. It just makes your boring day, a dull day, very exciting in terms of steering, feel, the overall design, the seats, cushioning. It is top notch. You're paying the price and you're getting what you deserve. What I don't like, of course, is the two seats behind you. These are just best for your kids or for your dog or for small bags. This is not going to really give any adult any comfort whatsoever. For that, there are other cars. Now, let's talk about the driving. This is the Bentley Continental GT, and it's much more fun and engaging to drive than the Bentayga, of course. This is a compact car, this is a GT. It's made from the DNA of a sports car. It drives like that. One thing that you have to talk about this is the handling. You see, it really chugs onto the road and grips like a glue. You know, we are driving on very narrow roads, winding beautiful roads in Montana, and a few inches here I could be scratching, and it will just stick to its line and won't give you the sense of confidence that you can go in a very, very fast way and knowing that nothing can go wrong. What I don't like though is the back seats. They could have given us some more room for an able adult to breathe. Right now, it's not happening. The steering is very nice, very, very premium to hold, and I like the screen moving. And if you want to shut off the screen and focus on driving, you can do that, and you can have the analog watches and you can just go about your business, which is driving hard. 2010, when the first Azure was born, it was a 6.5 liter one. Now, thanks to all the emission norms, you can't get it up more than 4 liter, but the power figures are good, and this one is a hybrid. So it is going to be digested with a pinch of salt, because those who know, they know, and they'll keep comparing. But this is definitely a very modern age, so you are not going to complain so much with this car. And even in terms of overtakes or anything, this is a very, very agile car. Now, when you drive on the Bentley mode, the suspension is little relaxed. You have a sense of relaxation, and the sport mode gets things little aggressive. Oh boy, give it a winding road and the Continental GT completely comes alive. You know, the way it just handles itself, it's such a beauty, such a thing of confidence. It will inspire so much confidence in you that you might just want to drive very hard on a very, very winding road, which is not really a good thing. So you got to be careful about this. Now, this is where things go very exciting, because right now I'm in a suspension setup which is Bentley mode, which is very nice. And the moment I do a sports, things change, because then it's telling you to drive very aggressively, but we're not, because we have one more Bentley waiting, which we will take it now. Isn't this like a postcard image? Snow-capped mountains, these beautiful row houses. By the way, each one is worth about $6 billion, roughly 45 crores, and no one lives here. These are all holiday homes, and this is Montana, a part of USA, just in case you didn't know. Yes, a place where very, very rich people have holiday homes, ski resorts, because Montana has a population of 56,000 people, size of a Germany. Now, all that history aside, we are here for this, the Bentley Continental GTC, which to some will not make sense, because this one is worth 7 crores in India, before taxes. Now, what if I tell you that this beauty, this piece of art can be made available for 3.5 crores? Yes, that's what is happening. Pray to gods, because FTA has been announced, and when that takes place, this is going to make these cars prices become so attractive, which means the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis will not be so much attractive. Leaving that aside, this is the Continental GTC. It has got a convertible top, and that's the beauty of this, because when you're driving this car in these postcard environments, you know what I'm talking about. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is a V8 4-liter, once again hybrid car, producing about 770 Nm of torque, 641 brake horsepower. All those figures is okay, but the way it handles is beautiful, and the way it's designed is just going to get your heart into a very, very romantic situation. Yes, this is that car which you buy to impress your girlfriend, to your wife. This is the one which dreams are made of. Convertible, the GTC. This is more the stuff which you like to own it at some point of time in your life. Everyone has definitely dreamt of it sometime or the other, and you can have a lot of fun in these cars. You see, the moment you put some acceleration, and this talking to the wind, and now we are in sports mode, and things change, totally change. And the kind of control this has, because when you're driving these cars at such windy roads, you need to have a big sense of confidence that when you apply the brakes, it stops. When you want to maintain that line, the line of control which divides this lane to that lane, because these are not the widest of roads. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Because you just have to follow your mark. And if you own this in India, with the weather conditions, with the pollutions, it's a different story. But even then, when you take it outskirts from the city limits, it's definitely a thing to enjoy. Now let's go to the next one in the Bentley family, and that car is more aristocratic, just the opposite of what we are driving. And this is the chairman's car, managing director's car, the CEO's car. The expanse of this car speaks about it. Proper 4 doors, a proper luxury sedan. From the outside also, the design wise, it's a typical Bentley, more robust, more not on your face Bentley. And you see, the only one which has this, only one, the GT doesn't have it, the GTC doesn't have it, and this one has it. So the Flying Spur is actually meant for very, very aristocratic people. I love the design language. Azure is a trim level which is more chrome, more, it's like very much more upmarket. It's a top end in terms of its own specifications, and that's what you get. Chrome here, chrome there, riding on very good wheels. The design from the side also is very, very spectacular. Now when you come to the rear, you see the design. It's a classic Bentley. You get the boot, which is good for a glass suitcases to carry around. Probably the only Bentley which has a good, very good, decent boot space, and a very sophisticated car. The most important and the most interesting thing is the back seat, because this is where you will be spending a lot of time. The moment you step in, you have this tray for to eat food, to carry your tablet, to work, laptop, whatever, and then you have everything which is required in a very, very luxurious way. You don't have a leg foot. It doesn't really recline as much as a BMW i7, but somewhere this is a very, very sophisticated cabin. You also get the Bentley headphones to shut the cacophony from the world. It's a very, very silent cabin. It has got more acoustic sampling than the other car. This is supposed to be like that, and the speakers are from Naim. It is a very, very high-end brand. You also get a vanity mirror for the lady or for the man who wants to see himself and check them out before they step out. Very good legroom, very good headroom, just the right amount of everything required for you to have it. So there we have all the Bentleys covered in this video. Now there is one more Bentley, which is the BentaygaS, and that deserved a full video in itself. Did you know it was the first ever super luxury SUV before the mighty Lamborghini Urus? Yes, and I drove it extensively in Montana, and the link of the video is in the description below or must be popping on your screen on your left or right. Lastly, if you like this and other videos which we at TopGear do, so please hit the subscribe button and toggle on the notifications. It would mean a lot. And if you have already done that, thank you for being part of the TG clan. Now the most important part is that the Bentleys and the Aston Martins and the McLarens are the ones who will benefit a lot from the FTA, and I really want to see a lot of cars on the Indian roads which for some reason gets delayed, supercars in fact, because of the taxation. Nobody wants to pay so much because the people who are going to buy these cars, they are all well traveled. It really pains to give that kind of taxes and you don't get that good quality of roads. It's improving, our country is improving, still we're not there. Until we get there, we have to do what it is. So tell us which is the one from the Bentley Continental, GTC or GT or the Flying Spur that you like, or the Bentayga. And for that, you have to go to the comment section, tell us what you think about the cars that we have spoken about. Do you think still Bentleys are lacking in somewhere? We'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.